Ahoy! Welcome everyone to yet another meeting of the Pirate National Committee. This is your captain speaking, Jolly Mitch of the Chicagoland Nye, the Illinois Pirate Party. And as always, I am a friend of the show. I'm going to go around and ask for introductions by the order in which I see them. And it just so happens the first person I see is Hunter. So Hunter, if you could give your name and state, and that is it for right now. Or unless you want to give more. I'm not your father. You can do whatever you want.
Thank you. Hunter Rand and Nevada.
Thank you. Jester.
Hello all, I am Ashley Melody. I am the still, as of now, interim rep for the Indiana Pirates. Happy to be here.
Thank you. David.
Okay, I'm one of the reps for Florida Pirate Party.
Thank you. Blaze.
Hello, Blaze Henry, scribe of the United States Pirate Party and captain of the Arizona Pirate Party.
Excellent, thank you. James.
Hello, I'm James. I'm currently in charge of the North Carolina Pirate Party.
Perfect, thank you. Was it Trevor?
Yeah, Trevor Hillham. So I would normally go by T, and I'm in Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada, just here to observe and join.
Welcome. I'm seeing double today, 4 Nevada reps. Wanda, go ahead.
Wanda Ward, U.S. Pirate Party Lookout, and Florida Pirate Party Representative.
Thank you. And then last but certainly not least, Zach.
Hey, I'm Zach Fosdick, Illinois Pirate Party member.
Most excellent. Thank you, everyone, for being in attendance. Real quick, I wanted to update you on what the captain's got going on, and I want to just jump straight into, well, the meat of the matter. So tomorrow, the U.S. Transhumanist Party is going to be having one of their meetings, and I plan on being in attendance. If I can be in attendance, I'll report back next Sunday how it's looking. On Wednesday, I will be in attendance of the Legal Marijuana Now Party's meeting. I've met with them before. Good people. I'm meeting with them again. I'll just update you guys when that happens. Finally, I have another survey coming out tomorrow based on the previous 2 surveys for the Pirate National Conference in 2026. As of right now, we have about 9 cities that have been recommended that have, I guess, gone through to the second round, for lack of a better term. I've had a system in place where I take the number of votes, multiply it by 5, since that's the most a city can get then. And then they need to meet at least half of the threshold. So, and you'll see the list later, but as of right now, some of the cities that we're going to be looking at until the next, so the first 9 cities that are going to be considered for the conference will include Albuquerque, Boston, Chicago, Mobile, Seattle, Portland, Vicksburg. Vicksburg made it. My campaign's working. And then there was a secret 8th and 9th one that I just can't remember off the top of my head. But when it comes, I will be. Oh, Vegas. Vegas was one of them. So there's a secret 9th one I can't think of right now.
Would presume that would be New Orleans.
It was New Orleans, Wanda. You're so fucking good at this. Thank you. It's New Orleans. I apologize for my language. It is New Orleans was the 9th one. So those 9 that I just listed are currently the ones that have made it through to the next round. This is a game show. So when we get the 3rd survey, that'll feature the remaining suggestions that we've received through the last 2 surveys. I assume there's going to be a 4th and 5th. If it's not necessary based on this survey, I'll just take the final cities that we took from this tally. And then we'll start narrowing it down. And then we could all stop pretending this charade won't end up in Vicksburg, but that's beside the point. I actually, to be fair, as much as I joke about that, this survey has proven that we're really being pulled to the west. In fact, Seattle and Portland had some of the highest number of responses. I am rather confident, Ashley. Thank you. But no, in all reality, I think that this conference is being pulled to the west. Now, how far west it goes, nobody knows. We will see. Without further ado, though, I did want to give a formal introduction to Hunter. I introduced Hunter to the PNC board right before the meeting started. But for those who have the opportunity to watch this meeting online or after the fact, Hunter is a pirate. Hunter has been on the periphery of this party. He is, in fact, contributed to one of the pirate national conferences. Hunter is now looking to run for, I believe it's Sparks City Councilman.
Yes.
Am I not? Yes.
Yes.
For Sparks, Nevada, which I am more than excited to hear about. We spoke on the phone the other day, and I was very pleased with what I was hearing. I think that this is going to be an easy endorsement for us, but I do not wish to speak on my party. I wish the party to speak for itself. However, we can't speak for you, Hunter. I give you the floor.
Well, thank you, and I'll certainly open it up to questions from everyone else that's participating this evening. But my name is Hunter Rand, and I am running for Spark City Council Ward 2. We have one of the smallest, densest municipal districts in all of Nevada. We have about 20,000 residents. It's about 3 miles wide and 1.5 miles tall. There's this weird commercial area that is away from our residential center, but for the most part, it's a suburb, and that's kind of what Sparks has become over the years. So Sparks is right next to Reno, which people are more familiar from Reno. We're about 40 minutes from Lake Tahoe. We're up in the mountains. It's beautiful. We get all 4 seasons, and I've been walking the streets and meeting my neighbors, and the weather's great. And if you ever have a chance to come and visit Sparks, I highly encourage it. Right now, I kind of have my fingers in a lot of things. I work at an estate planning firm as a director of marketing. I make TV ads and things like that. I direct live sports for regional and national broadcast 1 night a week. And then I work in the television and film industry. And before that, I was a high school teacher. I was a career technical education teacher at a local high school. I taught video production, really kind of saying that kids don't need to go to college. They can go right into the workforce with the right skills or go into a post-secondary program. And before that, I worked for Nevada women's basketball, promoting the women's basketball team to the world, and kind of laying the foundation for the media that team has now, which is really, really good. The most important kind of tenant plank of the party in this race is putting people before corporations. And that's something that happens a lot in Sparks, is the corporations get put before people. We are talking about data centers. Instead of hiring more police, we're really leaning on technology. We just laid off 3 firefighters, but the city is bigger than it's ever been before. We have more people, more land, more structures, and frankly, more hazards. We just had a house fire that took 21 firefighters, and that's close to every single firefighter in our city. And I can't imagine what would have happened if there was another structure fire or a medical call. Right now, I'm running against an incumbent. No one else has announced yet, and she was appointed because the mayor passed away and our council member was elevated to be mayor. She was appointed. She won her last election by 183 votes. We have 13,000 registered voters, and only 4,500 voters turned out. Right now, I've been going door to door. I've walked 38%, as of today, 38% of the approximately 100 miles of streets we have in our neighborhood. And just meeting people, hearing what they're concerned about. And what we have a bunch of people that are trying to make this race incredibly partisan. And it's not about that. When you put people first, when you look at the municipal problems, it becomes obvious that that's not the way to go. The pothole doesn't ask who you voted for. It's going to ruin your day just the same, right? The firefighters don't ask who you voted for. They're going to come out and help you if you need it. The police officers we have a great police department, and they don't ask who you voted for. They're going to show up. They're going to help you. But we have some troubling things that have been happening in our community. Some of you might be familiar with ShotSpotter. If you aren't familiar with ShotSpotter, it is a technology that uses microphones to triangulate gunshots using artificial intelligence. So we have about 2,500 microphones in our community, and it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, I don't like the idea of 2,500 microphones listening to everything that we do. On the other hand, Sparks Police has pulled up and they've released video of it to people with the gun still in their hands, and it's that double-edged sword. We have Flock AI cameras that are tracking everyone's movements throughout the city based on license plates. And, the data's there. They're solving crimes. They're preventing future crimes. They're getting people off the street that shouldn't be on the street. At the same time, it is mass surveillance. I did a public records request and found some really interesting information about who the city is sharing data with. There's 265 agencies that we share data with, license plate data, all the way from Texas to the United States federal government. And so the potential for abuse is there, the potential for misuse is there, and that's what concerns me. That said, I'll say this: the city of Sparks has done a great job at being open. All of my public records requests are responded to extremely quickly, and the city staff have been nothing but graceful. At the end of the day, we just want better representation. We have a pretty heated political climate in Nevada. We're a swing state. I think everyone can imagine what we deal with. But yeah, I want to open the floor to you all and see what you all have to ask me, or if anything else I can clear up. Thank you.
Thank you, Hunter. And for Darren and Cy, who just popped in, which, by the way, welcome. This is Hunter Rand. Hunter Rand is running for Sparks City Councilman in Sparks, Nevada, and he is a pirate. And I'm happy he's seeking our endorsement. He is just given his spiel as to why we should endorse him and why he's running to begin with. And I've heard the spiel. I like the spiel. But if you guys have any questions for him, floor is open to you all at this time. Was a good spiel, Zach. I agree.
Thank you. And I'll tell, or go ahead.
I just wanted to jump in real quick and say, a pothole doesn't ask who you voted for. It's a really good line. Very solid.
I can't take credit for it. My wife and I, we don't split the ballot when we vote. In Northern Nevada, it's pretty common for political candidates to make their phone numbers available, and you can call up a lot of people and get them on the phone or get a meeting with them. I've met with our U.S. senators, Catherine Cortez Masto and Jackie Rosen, and they've talked to me. It's kind of, the access that we have is wild up here, and I'm trying to be the same way. But we kind of vote for people who we believe that care about us. I had someone who was, based on a flag that they were flying on their property, definitely leaned to the right. And I think she wanted to get in an argument with me. She asked me what I thought about the Muslim man running for mayor in New York City. And I told her that Cuomo's not it. And I don't agree with everything that Zoran Memdani says or does. But when I hear him speak, I hear someone who cares about that city. And I hope that everyone can have that same experience with me. And so far, I think people are pretty on board with it. I went to a Washoe County Dems meeting, and they outed me as being a pirate, I guess, because it's public record here. And when I left that meeting, because I told them I'm not going to change my registration just to get some votes. It's insincere. That's the opposite of what we need. And I've told the Republicans the same. But when I left that meeting, discussing the surveillance and things like that, I think I had a lot of people thinking that we're pretty cool people. So yeah, thank you all for your time. And I'll leave you with this. It is bigger than me. I'm not trying to make a name for myself. I don't want to be a career politician, and everything I do reflects that. My website name is not Hunter Rand for office or Hunter Rand for Ward 2. It's sparkstogether.com. I hate this. I hate my shirts. I hate seeing my face everywhere. It's kind of weird coming from someone who's behind the camera, because it's about the 110,000 people that live here. It's about my 20,000 neighbors. It's about making this community last for hundreds of more years, and for our children and our grandchildren, and so everything I do is not about me. It's not about my name. It's about all of us working together. And so I'd love all of your support and any help that you guys can offer. So thank you very much.
Amazing. Thank you, Hunter. Like I said, the floor is open to any questions. If you guys have a question, raise your hand and I'll be happy to call on you. But otherwise, like I said, we endorsed Timothy Grady, and I felt like Timothy Grady is a great candidate. I'm not trying to say anything against Timothy Grady. However, Hunter Rand has been involved with the Pirates before. He's stayed involved with the Pirates. I feel like, and I've preached this forever. If you're involved with the Pirate Party, it doesn't matter how involved you are. People come and go as they please. I don't expect people to show up to PNC every week and say, well, I'm showing up to PNC. I'm more involved than you. You're perhaps, I don't want to say more dedicated, but you're doing a role that is more effective for your state at PNC. It doesn't make you any more, any less of a pirate at the end of the day. Hunter doesn't need to have been an attendee of PNC every week for me to know that this guy's a pirate. I remember, Hunter, when you gave the presentation during the conference, and I knew you were a pirate then, and I hear you give your spiel, and I know you're a pirate now. So I do ask that if there are no questions, we could bring it to a vote. If we would like to endorse Hunter Rand for councilman of Sparks, Nevada. I, however, as captain, cannot call that motion to a vote. So if someone would care to propose that motion, if it is something we wish to do tonight, please go ahead.
I would like to call a motion to a vote.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded.
That's 2 seconds, which I believe makes 4. So that's stupid. I'm sorry. But let's call the vote. The motion on the table is to endorse Hunter Rand in his campaign. So I will go down the list of PNC voting members that I see, which I shall begin asking. Arizona, yay or nay?
Yay.
Thank you. Indiana, yay or nay?
That's a yay from Indiana.
Thank you. Florida, be it David or Wanda, is it a yay or a nay?
Yay.
Thank you. Illinois, will it be a yay or a nay?
Yay, yay.
Thank you. And last but certainly not least, California, is it a yay or a nay?
That's a yay.
Yay. With that being said, Hunter, congratulations. You've earned the illustrious Pirate Party endorsement. That golden ticket is yours, my friend.
Thank you.
The meeting already that is currently being live streamed to YouTube has a link to sparkstogether.com. So anyone that is watching it can click the link and see your campaign in action. Otherwise, as soon as, if not tomorrow, Tuesday, I will make sure to get an article on the uspirates.org to make sure that everyone knows you are an official endorsed candidate.
Thank you very much.
Of course, thank you. Now then, now that that business has been taken care of, and thank you for taking care of said business, I do ask, is there anything else we wanted to get done today? Blaze, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I haven't attended the past 2 weeks since I was in Africa. So I have a quick question. Was California relieved from prohibition status? Or do they still get a vote?
They do. So I believe, now you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but does being on probation status affect their voting rights? Does the bylaws state as much?
I want to say that it doesn't. Let me check.
I don't know. That's why I asked.
So to answer the question to begin with, I believe officially California is still on probation status, which it's been over a month, to be fair. And I don't believe that the attendance issues have continued. So
Yeah, I'm sorry I was late today.
Darren, please, you're all good. That being said, I don't think that the issues that put California on probation are a continued problem. So if we want to alleviate that today, we could absolutely take California off probation with a simple motion and second and vote. Blaze, go ahead.
I would like to make a motion to relieve California from probation status and elevate them back to, active PNC member.
Fantastic. And do I have a second for that?
Second.
And I'll make it easy for everyone. Is there any objections? I hear none. So with the power invested in me as captain of the United States Pirate Party, Darren, you guys are off the hook. You guys are in the clear. Way to go. No, you guys are great. That was never in question. Other than that, we've got an endorsement down and we've gotten a pirate party out of the woods. Is there anything else we want to get done today? Wanda, go ahead.
I did want to provide clarity on the bylaws issue. Probationary states can vote in regular votes. Their votes don't count for bylaws amendments, and they only count partially towards quorum.
Perfect. So luckily, we made quorum without California being here, which meant California would have been like a 0.5, I guess. However, they're a full point. They're a full pirate now. So good to know. Thank you for letting us know that bylaw, and especially, I actually pulled that up as well. So now that you brought that up, that is good to know. In case anything ever comes up with the prohibition status again. Jester, go ahead.
Not to be that person, but practically speaking, considering what we did in this meeting, like any call on bylaws was pretty inconsequential because we ended up giving California back their status anyway. So, not to be that person, but
I just wanted to provide clarity since it was asked earlier.
You're both right. I will.
Thank you, Wanda.
Yes, thank you, Wanda, because I did ask for it. But Jester, you are ultimately right because California's back. But actually, Jester and Wanda, if I could redirect your attentions for just a moment before I ask for a motion to adjourn, there was a proposal a while ago about a statement from the trans and non-gender conforming pirates in the party due to the attacks from the administration. I'm not going to ask on the update on that. However, I am going to ask that if that's still something you guys want to do, not only do I recommend, just getting something together with those who feel compelled to speak on it, but I would highly, highly suggest both of you reach out to Rose Klein, former captain of the Pirate Party, who I think would be more than happy to make their words and their opinions felt on the matter, if that is still something you all wish to do.
I did have a draft written, and I've been doing revisions on it for a bit. I think I did message Rose a week or two ago, but I'll double check on that because to my knowledge, I never got a response. But that also might be me misinterpreting, maybe me misremembering something.
Now, do know that Rose does not accept any friend requests on Discord, and I just saw them mention that in a different, something different. Like, I don't know exactly what their rationale is. I'm sure it's privacy, which in the Pirate Party, we're not going to, turn your nose up at trying to maintain a little privacy. So, but yes, if you guys can't get a hold of Rose, I'll try to get a hold of Rose because I think they added me because I'm special. So if your DMs aren't getting through, my DMs will get through. Rose also asked if they want to be a part of the PNC meetings. They had the link to join, but they have not yet attended. And I'm sure in the future that's going to change. Otherwise, yes. So arm the dolls, and also armed minorities are harder to oppress. That being said, gang, is there anything else we want to discuss today? Otherwise, I'll entertain motions to adjourn. Or is there anything we wanted to talk about next week? Wanda, go ahead.
Do we have any water plank updates?
Ooh, no, I don't actually. I will be the first to admit I don't have any updates on that one, and that is on me. The discussions we had, I felt like were so good that they made the current skeleton of the plank need the improvements, and I just never got around to the improvements, and that's on me. So we still have what is essentially the skeleton of the water plank. I do recall what we wanted to add and what we wanted to discuss and what we wanted to include in it. So there is going to have to be a reworking of it. I will put it in the platform committee's room. However, I will work on a version myself just in case we don't have any takers on editing it. But that should get a redirected focus on it. So thank you for that. The update, unfortunately, is that it's still pretty skeletal in terms of what it was looking like before. However, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I think that that's a good base. We know we want to build up on it, and we'll be able to build up on it from there. And I
do
think
wanna confirm.
next week I should have at least a improved copy that I could bring forward. And if not next week, 2 weeks from now, we can try to, I don't know if we want to vote on it right away, but we can at least look at it. Anything else? Water, please. Blaze, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that at some point we are gonna have to make a vote on a water plank. We can't keep talking potentially about adding it to platform forever.
Yes.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, the thing with planks, now the last major plank that got added that affected the actual platform, the thing that changed the DNA of the platform, so to speak, was the Pan American plank. Being that that's the first addition to the platform that wasn't necessarily like the base level pirate, the base level pirate party origins, I guess. And it's not a base level pirate party platform. It's something that separated us. And that took a little bit. I feel like with the water plank, we are basing that on pirate ethics and a kind of again, a party based on open source. I feel like we're kind of looking at water as the commons and the environment as the commons, and we should respect the commons. No one owns the commons. And I think, amen. Amen. I think that this platform, while it may take a minute to get the proper wording right and make sure we've covered everything that we want to cover, I don't think it's going to take as long as the Pan American plank did. And that's at least worth it to me, because the Pan American plank took a while. But we got there, and we will get there with the water plank. I think it's a slam dunk for us. Pirates for water is the easiest win in the world for me. But we will get there.
Okay.
By
That's
hell or
good.
high water.
Okay, that's good. I just don't want to, for lack of a better word, a stuck in committee sort of situation with the water plank.
100%. So at some point, we're going to have it in front of us, and we say, yeah, we had the Pan American plank, to your point, was not only we were able to get 2 platform positions out of it, because we ended up, upon reading it, we realized it was really 2 different platform positions, being Pan Americanism and a broader foreign policy plank. So we may get out of the clean water discussions a clean water plank and a environmentalism plank. You never know. But one thing I can tell you, Blaze, it's not going to get stuck in committee. This is something that is a personal project that under my captaincy, I do want to see adopted to the platform. And it sounds to me, just based on even before I was captain, that the clean water, when the Supreme Court made the ruling that said corporations can pollute water as much as they like, and I am paraphrasing the ruling, I've never seen such universal outrage from the members of the Pirate Party. It seemed like, oh, we all are equally outraged by this. We should codify this into the platform because we all care about this so equally and so vehemently. So it will happen. It might take a minute, but it's going to happen. Spiel over. I will accept a motion to adjourn if anyone is ready.
Motion to adjourn.
And do I have a second?
Seconded.
Thank you. And to make life easy, do I have any objections? I'm hearing none. Well, folks, then that will conclude the November 2nd edition of the Pirate National Committee meeting. Thank you all for watching. And you know what, David? You know why I love this party? Because we believe the U.S. should be a good neighbor. We believe in cool, clean water, like Hank said. And we believe that if purchasing isn't ownership, well, then piracy isn't theft. Folks, until next time, this has been Jolly Mitch of the United States Pirate Party, signing off.